Hi, are you a consulting company looking to redesign your processes and your workflow? So here's a quick overview of how this might be helpful to you. You have this entire workflow diagram in Miro just designed to show you from start to finish a client's onboarding process. So you have the contract signed, have you received the deposit, have you created the client workspace, send the welcome email, then you have the client kickoff call, the onboarding, then you have the first deliverable, then that's the end of this one. Then you have additional workflows that caters to other processes. The assumption is that during your onboarding calls, you have like you've collected data in either a Google form or a Jot form. So this is Zapier onboarding workflow that manages the entire process for you. So what it does is that when a Google form response is received, it creates an item. The items filled out in the form automatically goes to a monday.com board. Then it creates a Google Drive. So it creates a main Google Drive folder. Then it creates a subfolder that manages all the other things such as the design and proposals, approvals and contracts, quotes and invoices. Then it also manages to send out an email to welcome the client. Hey, welcome to XYZ company. And these are the things to expect in the coming days while working with us. So you also send your team a Slack message just to tell them that, hey, we'll have a new client that's been onboarded. This is what's going to happen next. So this is the folder that is created. The clients will have access to this as long as they have a link. Then this is the sales. This is the Monday board. So you have leads coming here. So the leads coming just have this just for privacy purposes. I have removed identifying information such as the client's name, email. You just have all of this location and the phone number as well. So it just tells you, okay, this is at the inquiry stage. Have you sent a proposal? Has the client accepted this? What industry does this belong to? Does what location is this? Estimated deal value. Next follow up dates. Have you scheduled the call for assessment, quote review, if any? Then the next one is scheduled calls. It's just telling you, okay, hey, whoever is managing this board, have you scheduled the calls? Okay, yeah, you've scheduled the calls. You have, oh, these are the completed calls. These are the cancelled calls. These are you just managing. As you can see, this is the folder for sales and lead management. So it has all of this here. Then this is your proposal board. If you're sending out proposals to clients, you have your new proposals, what proposals are under review. All of this, as you can see, this is connected to, this is such a well-oiled system that it is connected to the sales pipeline. It is connected to, it's connected to the invoices that you've received. It's connected to all of that. Then the next one will be the billings manager. So I created the Vibe app here that creates a dashboard that manages your invoice, manages. So here you have total invoices, total quotes, outstanding balances, how many invoices. You can create an invoice directly from this app. Then this is just the form. This is just the board. It's getting information from this board into this billings manager if you want just a single space to manage billing. Then this is your project management. The assumption is that when you've eventually closed this client, all of the individual client projects will go into each separate board, and this board is you have the design, you have approvals. So I created a workflow that also manages the creation of this board. So what happens is that, for instance, when the invoice has been paid, it creates a board from the templates. So there's a template here that manages all of that. That way you don't have to go in to create a new board all the time. You just need to works for you. So this is all we have right now. So there's really so much potential here. You can decide to, you know, build additional Vibe app depending on what you want. I can also decide to build a Vibe app that manages all of the boards here. So you don't need to go into the individual project management board. You could just go into the Vibe app and and take advantage of the entire workflow. That way you're seeing at a glance is where this client is, where that client is. It really just helps you. And this is the era of AI, and Monday has been so gracious with us. So we're taking advantage of the native Monday Monday AI available for us to just create as many. So for instance, I had created this. So when this invoice was paid, this project management board was created. So whoever is going to be managing it will know, okay, hey, has this been assigned? What's the project timeline? This is really based on how your team works and the internal structure. How long does site and survey measurement really take? That would help you determine, the project timeline for this specific task.